Fresno. Welcome to Positively Fresno. I have three great guests with me today from REVM Home Loans. I have Jeff Chacon, Tony Alvarez, and Rene Q. Hello, fellas. Welcome.
Hello there. Thank you for having us, Janine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So these three gentlemen have been doing some great work in our community with caring for kids. So let us know about that.
So just wanted to say, Caring for Kids is a great program for foster children. And Renee, myself, and Jeff, since we work together at RWM, Residential Wholesale Mortgage, we thought of maybe putting something together where we could have gifts for kids. So Renee he's the mastermind of that. He has a lot of friends in there, and so can you tell him a little bit more?
Yeah, absolutely. It's Residential Wholesale Mortgage. We're just privileged and happy to partner up with Caring for Kids. We've been with them, partnered, I think this is our third year now, and looking forward to help them continuously. It's a long-term endeavor that they have. They're doing the Lord's work, providing care for foster children in the Central Valley, local. That's what it's all about, helping make that impact here locally. Jeff, Tony, and myself, we're going to be having a toy drive with Caring for Kids this Friday between 4 and 6. You're more than welcome to come to the office. You realtors that have been invited, we'll see you there. Anybody else is more than welcome to come. We're near Pismo's, I guess. Jeff, where are we located?
We are on Fallbrook, right behind Pismo's. And we're at 401 West Fallbrook, Suite 101.
4 to 6, come by. Bring a fabulous gift. Bring a not so fabulous gift, but bring something.
Yep.
There's a lot of joy to be spread this 2020. As you know, there's a lot of distinct issues with this year. We have to keep just sharing, keep spreading the joy, and I think it's a great partnership. Caring for Kids, it's something near and dear to my heart. I just welcome all of you guys to come by, help these kids out, and you'll feel great when you drop something off. We might have hot chocolate for you. We might have a big tree out there for you. We're definitely going to have a smile for you, and we're definitely going to have open and welcome arms for you guys to come by, help these children out. That's what it's all about, guys.
Definitely. So we just did one live video on Facebook, so we're going to be doing a few more videos, so that way you guys can get to enjoy a little bit of laughs and also get to know us a little bit more. Most of the folks out there that have already reached out, we've made it somewhat of a challenge with them with realtor relationships. There's all sorts of network events that we've done in the past, and we just want you guys to be part of that, because there's nothing better than to give to kids, especially those who have come up through the ranks without a parent, and their parents are the foster parents, which is a beautiful thing. Many of my friends have reached out to me and said, "Hey, man, I can't believe you're doing that." They've also shared their stories behind it, and I think it's good. It's good for the community, especially around these times.
I'm hearing Tony speak, and I just got a great idea. I don't know what you think, Jeff.
Okay, let's
How
hear it.
about this? How about anybody that brings a toy this Friday from 4 to 6? You bring a toy, we're going to give you credit for $595 as an appraisal refund. You bring a toy, we're going to give you a slip. If you're in the middle of potentially buying a home or refinancing a home, you bring a small donation. RWM, Residential Wholesale Mortgage, here locally is going to provide $595 appraisal. What do you guys think? Is that
That's a great idea, man.
Great idea.
How did you come up with that idea? For God's
Well,
sakes.
that's what we do. We brainstorm.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know
That's
what? $595. I think that's great. For those of you who are out there refinancing or doing some sort of a purchase, give us a call. Let us know. If you guys don't have our phone number, I'm pretty sure we can reach out to you somehow, some way. Refinancing nowadays is big. It's been huge. I mean, so many people are refinancing from a 4.25%, 4.25% or 5% into the twos, and it's wild, man. It's wild how you're able to get your mortgage rate down to a 2.5 or a 2.75 or a 2.375. For God's sakes, nobody out there is getting these rates because they don't believe in it. And if they hear it and then they're like, are you sure that's the rate? Well, we basically show them on paper and make sure that we lock them in and give them that beneficial loan for them and their families. You want to add something, Jeff?
No, I just, only thing I would say is it's a great time to refinance,
Yeah, it is.
especially the current conditions. Some good reasons to refinance are debt consolidation, even pulling cash out for reserves just because of the current situation we have going on. So please reach out to us if you have questions in regards to refinancing. We'd love to help you.
Tell us, on average, let's say somebody refinances for a 4.99% to a 2.99%, what would be the amount in savings on an average mortgage be? Is it $500, is it $200, or does it vary from person to person?
That's a great question. So when we talk to the customer and let's just say their payment on a monthly basis is anywhere from like $1,700 or $1,800 a month or $2,000 a month, the savings on a monthly basis could go down to anywhere from $200 to $300 to $400, sometimes even $600. That's a rare occasion, but it does happen. That's awesome. But the life of the loan is where the big savings comes in. And that's where a lot of people don't understand. Refinancing is not so bad. Some people have a bad taste from the past, and it's not a bad thing to refinance. You just have to talk to one of us, have somebody that's there knowledgeable enough to talk about rates, talk about history of your credit, talk about all that stuff, because all that matters. And the life of the loan, this year, the most I have seen in the life of the loan and savings, and what I'm talking about is cutting down years, like a rate and term refinance. That kind of thing can save a customer $150,000 in the life of the loan. And when you look at it like that, and a financial advisor is on the other end saying, no, Mr. or Mrs. Consumer, you have to do this. That's part of the benefit of having a home or your family or whatever it is that you're trying to do to progressively grow in life or whatever, right? Refinancing is a very, very important piece of anybody's family.
Yeah, it's just individual.
Yeah.
It's just individual, and it's all tailored to you. What I recommend for Mr. Johnson, or what I'm going to recommend to Mr. Smith, is going to be different. You could save $100. That could mean a lot to someone.
Yeah.
And some people, their breaking point or their beneficial point is going to be $400 a month. So it's really just an individual decision. The best thing to do is call, see what your current situation is, and then we can kind of compare it. And ultimately, you're going to decide what we're going to do. It's your home, it's your money. We're going to guide you, we're going to suggest, but ultimately, it's always going to be your decision to make. It's got to work for you guys.
And so if a person refis and they get the lower percentage rate, necessarily it doesn't go back to the 30 years again. Let's say if they paid for 8 years, it's still at that 8 years is still that they've paid on their current loan is still there. They're not back at 30 years again, right? Or does it vary, or is it, like you said, varies from person to person? Does that?
That's a great question. I mean, so if the customer wants to keep it at 22 years, let's say in your scenario, you mentioned they've been paying for it for 8 years. If they want a 22-year loan, you could keep it at a 22-year loan. You could do a 20-year loan, a 15-year fixed, a 10-year fixed. But it just depends on the customer situation. Mm-hmm. If the customer wants to go back to a 30-year, because they want to take some cash out, remodel the home, put a new roof, get a new AC, whatever it is, the reason that they're cashing out for, then you might want to go back to a 30-year, depending. Because then what happens is, what if that person wants to purchase another home down the road? So now you have a lower payment, and then you can start saving, maybe put some of that reserve into an account, and then think of a future purchase down the line. But then now the tenant that's going to come into that home is going to pay, basically a lower tab. You as an investor now, looking at it as an investor, you can request from your tenant for them to pay slightly higher than that mortgage payment, which is the cushion that you can make as an investor. Something to think about.
It is. It's very interesting, and we could talk about this for a very long time. Yes. You sound all like experts, and I know you all are experts. How many years have all of you been doing mortgage loans?
If you count them together, 60.
60 years.
yeah.
Really?
Well, 20.
We're
that old.
ready to retire in 5 more years. Cumulative, you know.
Absolutely.
No, it's a great time to do a loan purchase refi. Everybody knows that rates are historically low. If you've been on the fence, it's time to act. There's a new political change coming around the corner, and that always tends to sway things one way or another. But what is low is going to go up, and what is high is going to go down. That's just the way the market is.
Simple
If you're
economics.
on the fence, you know rates are low. If you've been kind of thinking about it 2 months, 4 months, I suggest get a hold of us or get a hold of somebody that you trust, that's professional, that can give you some choices. And it's all individual, really. It's just you got to look at your situation. You speak to a professional that you trust, and then hopefully they'll give you 2 or 3 different options. And whatever works for you, that's what we're going to do.
And all of these gentlemen are COVID-19 prepared to accommodate all of you and all the shelter-in-place things that are going on currently in California, so you can feel safe with that as well, because you can still do business with these gentlemen even though California is in a shutdown. And also, thank you so much for coming on the show. You're
course.
doing great
you.
work in our community. They have 60 years of experience amongst them all. And thank you, Jeff, Tony, and Renee for being a part of the show.
We
And
appreciate that.
And I also like to thank E. Coleman Sutton, DDS, for sponsoring this show. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny.
You're welcome. And
Okay.
I want to thank you for being there on Friday from 4 to 6.
Yes, 4 to 6. That's right. $595 off.
Yes, don't forget
Let's
about
do
that.
this.
See you there. Bring your toy, Denise. Bring your toy.
Bring your toy. It has to be wrapped.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, fellas. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.